Hello and welcome to Serial at Midnight. I'm Heath, and this is 4 new entries in Mill Creek Entertainment's retro VHS Blu-rays. I know that's hard to say. So they look like VHS tapes, but they're Blu-rays. That's a Regis impression for everyone watching this over 60. We also have 3 new Ultraman releases. They're all DVD. We're going to talk about it in just a second, but let's kick it off with the movies. This is exciting. So we have more retro VHS. It's retro VHS slipcovers. So the slipcover is designed to look like a VHS package. We're going to hit all the FAQs in this. Why does it look like this? Because of the dimensions. Because a VHS tape's dimensions are different from a Blu-ray cover dimension. So to make up for it, they got the tape sticking out of the side. This is, despite what some people think, these are super popular. They are trendsetters in the industry. But if you don't like them, you have the clean artwork underneath. So everybody wins. Everybody gets a trophy in this one. So I'm excited about this. This is the movie I wanted to kick off this coverage with because, one, Michael Keaton. Isn't it great that Michael Keaton is getting the level of love and respect that we've always loved Michael Keaton, right? But like, I was alive when he was cast as Batman, and people were like, I don't know about Michael Keaton as Batman. Beetlejuice as Batman? Now, of course, he can't do any wrong. Like, he's doing serious movies. He's doing comedy stuff. He's at a place in his career. He's got like Christopher Walken credibility, where anything he does, people are just like, well done, Michael Keaton. So it's great. Check out the cast on the paper. So Michael Keaton, Marissa Tomei, Robert Duvall, Glenn Close, Randy Quaid. That's not all. Catherine O'Hara, Jason Alexander. These pretzels are making me thirsty. And Jason Robards as well. So this is a really wonderful film from Ron Howard, who makes lots of really wonderful films. This package gets even better because there are new special features. There are 3 new features from Ballyhoo, Daniel Griffith's Ballyhoo Motion Pictures, who really does some of the best work in the special features game. He's got a 25-minute sit-down interview with Ron Howard on camera. So, since since the whole pandemic thing, a lot of Ballyhoo's features I've noticed have been it's kind of like video essay format while people talk. So you have interviews, but then you're watching images and things like that. Ron Howard on camera, sitting down talking about the paper. That's 25 minutes. There's about an 8-minute to 9-minute interview with David Koepp and Stephen Koepp each. About 10 minutes each. It's two writers, 2 different features. They're about 10 minutes each. They wrote the movie, and then Ron Howard directed it. So you add that together, that's 45 minutes of brand new special features on the paper. So I'm really jazzed about this. I don't want to not talk about the packaging. I do want to, as I'm saying more and more, I don't want the packaging to be the focus of these videos. The delivery system is nothing more than that. It is the key to the experience, not the experience. So this is a nice slipcover. It's got by the way, it's got the VHS, like one side would, like the box art on one side, and then if you remember, if you're from the VHS days, the tapes had a label on them. Here's The Cure, a movie I haven't thought about in at least 25 years, since it was new. What year is this? 1995 from Universal. Super heavy movie. So on the box art here, on the description here, they're like, oh, it's a hilarious adventure. I just remember this movie being kind of heartbreaking because it's about a little boy with AIDS who's kind of shunned outside the system. And it's like a tale of friendship between Joseph Mazzello, I think that's how you pronounce his name, Brad Renfro. And it's coming of age. It's a tearjerker. It's a heartbreaker. But that kind of a movie. And so I am hesitant to revisit this movie because it's sad, but I know a lot of people really enjoy sad movies. The Cure, one of those not to be missed movies, smart, funny, and poignant, says WOR Radio. Directed by Peter Horton. This was cool. I was really happy to see this. Shadowlands, a surprising choice, honestly, for the retro VHS slipcover line, but I'm down with it. So it's Anthony Hopkins, it's Deborah Winger. So Anthony Hopkins, of course, let's go with popular stuff here. So Anthony Hopkins, Silence of the Lambs. But Deborah Winger, Officer and a Gentleman. And then they're playing so, like, you know, it's a romance. This is like a really buttoned down, you know, British style romance. Though Deborah Winger is kind of a, did they describe her? A New York divorcee whose sharp-edged and no-nonsense attitude takes C.S. Lewis by surprise. So this is a C.S. Lewis movie. C.S. Lewis, the author of the Chronicles of Narnia, the Paralinda books, Screw Tape Letters for all the theology people out there. Really interesting movie. It's very sweet, and I'm excited to see this getting a this release. So flip that around, show you the back really quick. This is my jam, The Replacement Killers. I love The Replacement Killers. 1998, I believe. I'm looking for the year. 1998. So I saw this in theaters opening day in an empty theater, and I began immediately to start talking about this movie, preaching about it to people, be like, you guys, you got to see The Replacement Killers. And people were like, I don't know about that. I love this movie. All these years later, I still love this movie. It's a John Woo kind of exploit. So John Woo didn't direct it. It's chasing John Woo. It's done in the style of John Woo. Chow Yun-fat, who is John Woo's probably most recognizable star. Mira Sorvino, who had won an Oscar a few years earlier for the Mighty Aphrodite. Lots of the two-gun, slow-mo, you know, that kind of a thing. And it's directed... Well, hold on. Let me talk about the cast really quick. I'm looking for Michael Rooker. And you guys, there's so many people in this movie. It's a Hitman movie. And it's directed by Antoine Fuqua, who a few years later would do Training Day. And then, of course, everybody's like, oh, yeah, no, that's good stuff. I like that. But nobody, like, I'm still seeing people who haven't seen this. They're not sure about this. This has had a previous Blu-ray release, I know, because I own it. So I'm not sure. It's probably exactly the same. Sometimes people ask me this. We see these reissues from Mill Creek Entertainment. They're often the same transfers and everything. They may be encoded differently, but as far as I know, it's, you know, it's not a different cut or anything like that. But I love that movie. If you've never seen it, Heath recommends a blind buy for The Replacement Killers, especially at this price, this edition. By the way, I'll put links in the description of everything we're talking about here, so you can pick this up and support Serial at Midnight at the same time. Let's talk about Ultraman. So we got 3 new DVD arrivals. FAQ time, more FAQs. Why only DVD? Because that's what was offered to Mill Creek Entertainment from Subaraya Productions. HD Masters were not offered. They were not on the table. If they had been, we'd have Blu-rays. Why no standard definition on Blu-ray? Because the market is still confused about what standard definition is. These are going to end up in Walmarts, Best Buys, and those shoppers don't know what SD on Blu-ray is. And you go to Amazon and you look at reviews for SD on Blu-ray, and it's confusion. Like, wait a minute, this isn't HD. So it's easier and cheaper to do this. And by the way, DVDs still outsell Blu-rays by like 2 to 1. So that's why. This is mid-90s, I think 96, the Ultraman. I'm not even going to attempt the pronunciation because it's like the Japanese pronunciation is like Zeus or something like that. It's totally completely different from how it looks. So you guys know it's the 2 movies. I want to say like Zerth or Zearth, but apparently that's not the correct pronunciation, and I don't want to be that guy. So 2 feature films totaling a little bit under 2 hours on 1 DVD, but that's fine. No features. This is, by the way, this is in Japanese audio with English subtitles. Then, so 96, I believe it was, and then 2000, let's just say around I think it was 2001 to 2002, and then the next one was 2002. So around that time, 2001 to 2002, Ultraman Neos. By the way, this was the 30th anniversary movie. Kind of a parody, satire of Ultraman. So this is Ultraman Neos is the next series that we pick up with. And it is the complete series on 2 discs. They've put 6 episodes on each disc, which is good. I'm fine with that. That's less than 3 hours. They're using double layer discs. All good. No problems there. They've put the episode information behind, you know, kind of in the packaging. I'm fine with that too. Here, let me pop that off for you. Pop off! So you can see what's going on there. Again, Japanese, English audio, and there's no subtitles here. This is the big one. This is Ultraman Cosmos. And this has, it's like the whole total package, and you can even tell this is like a thicker clamshell. It's a bigger franchise, or a bigger entry in the franchise. So kicks it off with the Ultraman Cosmos The First Contact movie. Then we have the Ultraman Cosmos series, which ran a full 65 episodes. And well, I'll just go ahead and show you. We do have a booklet for Cosmos. Disc 1 starts here. In fact, let me just take this out. I think they've given us reversible artwork if that's what we want, because they've, like the spine, like if you wanted to use that as, you know, when it's shelved, you know what it is. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But they've put about 9 episodes on each DVD. That's not my favorite. That's not ideal. I'd rather have no more than 6 or 7, but I know they're trying to keep the cost on these down, and I understand. It's a decision that they're making for budget, because I don't know how much, like, I don't know how well these are selling. And we also got to say that in just a few years, Mill Creek Entertainment has released over 30 Ultraman releases. I'm so glad they got the license. Yes, they may be a little bit more on the budget side. I'd rather have a budget release than a $60 or $70 release once a year, twice a year. We're getting these all the time. It wraps up with the Ultraman Cosmos versus Ultraman Justice movie and the Ultraman Cosmos 2 movie. So again, we have 3 movies on one DVD. That's too much, but it's an affordably priced set. Recently, some of the Blu-rays were going for like $12, $10 and $12. So the costs, definitely, they're just getting them out there. They're getting them in the hands of fans. So those are our 3 latest Ultraman. We're running out of Ultraman. The license that Mill Creek has with Subaraya I'm telling you, they've just about tapped it. They've put it up about as much out. I think there's a few more coming that have been confirmed, but beyond that, I just don't know. I don't know what's left. They have done so much great work to get Ultraman released in the United States. I'm so grateful for it. So this is the haul for the Mill Creek Entertainment releases that we're talking about in this episode. October into, I think, Ultraman Cosmos was maybe the very beginning of November. But anyway, again, links in the description of this video to pick up everything you see here. Guys, thank you so much. Let's talk about the movies and the shows in the comments of this video. Continue the conversation about what's on the discs. That's my goal. Guys, thanks so much. Take care. Until next time, I will catch you later.